Welcome to Debatable, everybody. It's Happy Father's Day. I'm gonna give a shout out to all my fathers, new, old, and just beginning. You already know life is surprising today for everyone. So let's enjoy this day. And I'm joined here, you already know, by the beautiful ladies, Tacos and Miss Aphrodite. And we got the Chicago City boy, Furbo, joining us today on this wonderful Father's Day. Good morning,
What
everybody.
up?
Good
What up?
afternoon. How y'all doing?
I'd like to say Happy Father's Day to the both of you.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day.
Thanks. I love it. I appreciate it. I
ain't got no
get a
kids,
son.
but thank you.
I
But
mean,
he
you
be
carry
sunning
kids,
niggas
don't you?
though.
Huh?
Oh. Mm. I'm stay out of that.
Wow.
I'm not part of that.
Well, that just
Mm-mm.
happened. Okay.
Got both of y'all off guard,
We're
didn't
gonna,
I?
we're gonna have to start the
No,
show over
not
now.
just both of all of us.
God damn, that
She
was
was
a
waiting on
bulldozer.
that.
Oh
She
yeah.
was waiting on that one.
Oh yeah.
And that started. Well, happy Father's Day, Light. Happy first Father's Day.
Thank you,
And
thank you, thank you.
happy future Father's Day to you, Verb.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tacos, what the hell?
Damn.
She was waiting on that.
Still
He was
not.
like,
I'm still not
please say you
recovered
ain't got no
yet.
kids. Please
I'm
say you
not
ain't got no
either.
kids. She was just waiting on that comeback.
Father's Day will never be the same, yo.
But
It will
where's the
never.
lie?
It has
That's all I'm saying.
changed.
Where's the lie?
There was all facts there.
Didn't Cole say, I ain't babysitting my kids up on your couch?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yes, he did.
Or on the dashboard, one of the two.
Ain't baby
Anywho.
sitting, but my
Wait,
kids
why
all
are they on the
your couch.
dashboard?
I got questions.
What the hell have you been doing?
Nah, I heard it in a
Hold
song.
As we spoke before, get in where you fit in, all right? Apparently.
Your tiny ass could probably fit on a dashboard too, can't you?
No, I can't.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you
Try.
can.
But no.
Yeah,
You
you
hear,
can.
hold on, y'all. Hold on. She
Look
said,
like a
no,
hood on
she
in it.
can't. I feel that that's from experience.
Yeah, you tried it, didn't you?
Not
That was an
experience.
experience comment right there. Most people would have said, I'm not sure if I could, but she was with certainty.
Yeah, because every time y'all make a short person joke, I gotta go with certainty that I can't fit in that place that you guys are trying to say I can fit.
So you tried it, in other
So
words.
we
Yeah,
trying to.
she did.
Oh my
No.
god!
We trying to pull up on tacos and you feel like a Lego piece, right? Where does this piece fit? Let's just.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all some assholes. Anywho.
And you love us, but nobody else. Nobody else try to come out with no sideways stuff or you gonna get hurt.
Yeah,
we don't play
facts.
like that.
Come fight. I'm
Right.
sorry.
Facts.
All right. So let's get it started on today's episode, being that it's Father's Day. Let's start it off with something, right?
And Juneteenth.
And in Juneteenth.
Preach.
That is true.
All right.
Speaking of
So
which, there's a flag. There's a African American flag. Did y'all know about that?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I want to get one. I think I'm going to get one real soon.
Why, you
And I'm
gonna
gonna
put
do
a
it-
target out for yourself?
It's a
I'm not
combination
getting
of
one.
a couple of the African flags.
I'm not American.
It has a sword on it. It's like a golden sword. It's like a black background with a golden sword.
Okay, so surprisingly, that's not the one I saw. Or maybe that's not the one we created.
So
We redid one back in the day, too. That had a
so
black
it's not
power
official
fist.
then. We still gotta. What was that lady who made all the flags before she finally got?
I don't want
Was it
our
Betsy
flag
Ross?
to be a combination of African flags, because at the end of the day, we are not African, and at this point, nor are we American. We are our own separate entity and species. Give us something fresh and new off the top.
We are humans.
We are the bald Sasquatch.
Yes.
Google black American flag. It pops right up. It's like red and black, and it's got a gold sword in it.
So does every other nationality have
You
one?
know what
Mexican
I want?
American,
I want a
Irish
Wakanda
American?
one. I feel like
What's
that
up?
really represented
Now
our people.
I would be okay with that. Can we just be Wakanda forever?
Yeah, that
I'm
represented
down with
us
being
pretty well.
Wakanda. I'm down with Wakanda.
Rest in peace, brother Coleman.
They got an American flag that's like green and black and red. It looks tacky.
No, but here's the thing: why are we jipping off of other people?
Right.
We aren't African, right?
It's called
we
the
aren't
Black
American at this point. What
It's
are
called the
we?
Black
We are just
American
we.
Heritage Flag.
Ain't
So
we are
imitation another form of
technically,
flattery?
We are
we are of
people-
African descent. So
Mhm.
let's just bring it back a
Technically.
minute.
Facts.
We are of African descent, right?
African
But
hate
no
defense.
one here, unless you are Native American, is truly of American descent.
Yep, exactly. That's why I said I'm not American
Okay,
because I believe in that. I don't own this spot. I ain't do
I
this.
am of. But why do we need our own though? That's one thing I don't understand. No
Why
other
not?
nationality
But
doing a combo.
Somebody,
Yeah, exactly.
people need
Why is
something
it that we need to
unite
have a
under.
combination of people?
That's
People
Unite
why
need
under.
things to
If
divide
anything,
under.
unite. If anything, unite under the American flag. At the end of the day, I know
what we really united under is cops killing us. Let's be
The
real.
same
But we're not
Americans
gonna get
that
into
kill
that.
us,
not
the
just
same
cops.
Americans that treat us like shit, the same
but
Americans
see,
that think we don't
you
need
know
the
what?
best health care.
You know what though? You know, my favorite stance is to play devil's advocate. At the end of the day, above all, there is unfortunately no other country I would like to be under.
I don't
Because
know.
we may not
Canada
have
sounded
the
real
perfect
nice.
care.
I don't know.
Yeah, but they
Canada
burning
sounded
up
real
right now.
nice.
That's a different topic.
Canada.
We burn
They on
up.
fire.
You in California, you burn up every
You
summer.
know what? Don't talk about me, okay? We about to get broke off into the ocean. I'm just waiting for the next one to hit so I get some beachfront property.
That's why
Not you getting
I don't even want
beachfront
to step
property.
foot in
Heck yeah, I
California
am.
because of that reason alone. Yeah, if the
Why?
ground move, I don't want to go there.
It happens so infrequently. Y'all freeze to death. The Midwest get tornadoes almost every season. You guys have seasons.
I get nothing but heat.
Hurricanes have seasons.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
I get nothing but heat.
We don't have
That's why
earthquake
we're built to
seasons.
last because
She
we can
get
tolerate it
earthquakes.
all.
She get
Wait, how
earthquakes.
earthquake-
She get fires. At one point, she got a
I have been
tsunami.
here for all,
You
basically
get
all my.
snowstorms. He gets snowstorms.
And he
I
get
get
wind
heat.
too.
Wait.
He get
I
wind.
get
I get heat
snowstorms,
also though.
I get wind, and I get flooding because it flooded yesterday and it was sunny today, and I'm confused of where
Don't
I'm
forget,
at.
summer's not here yet. You're gonna get more heat too.
No, it's summer. It's summer because they got the free
No,
buses now.
no. It's gonna get hot. It is gonna get hotter there in your summer.
It's been
You're not
raining
exempt from it.
every freaking day here.
Donate
Enjoy
to
it.
us.
Must
Actually,
be nice.
Day.
Must be nice.
Must be cold, full of hair.
No, it's hot, bro.
Size of
It was
golf
like
ball.
109 today or something like that.
Man,
What?
yeah, where
Yeah,
you at?
it's
I
It's
thought
been
it been
feeling
hot.
like
burning.
fall over
I'm so
here.
hot.
It's been feeling like legit fall over here. I still got sweaters and shit out.
No, you go outside and under your nipple, under your boob area, it's just
I
sweaty.
just said under your nipple.
Under your nipple.
Under your
Mhm.
nipple.
Your nipples on your tummy.
That's
It's
that's
okay.
part of the
Doctor
itty
is
bitty
in.
titty committee.
Under your nipple. That's funny. Wait. Vern, you constantly talking shit
Oh, wait, I
over
think
here.
he-
Okay.
He's so
You
sly.
getting
I'm
comfortable.
not doing acronyms today.
When
Okay,
did somebody use
let's-
an acronym?
Yeah.
You all
Man,
right?
yeah, somebody
Nah,
told me
it's
to
okay.
focus, so let's focus.
Let's focus on the
fight you.
first topic of the day. Fight
Let's
who?
go. Nobody.
Who you fighting?
Nobody.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Nah,
Ex-
That's what I thought.
Hold up. You know what? Start the show. Start the show.
Oh my goodness.
No,
Oh wait, we're gonna try this. We're gonna try this again, y'all.
hell no, this is behind the scenes.
Okay then.
So
Well,
first
let's just
topic
keep it
of the
going.
day.
Right.
We were it's Father's Day. It is Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So I think talking about that, not just about fathers, but about, you know, people, families in general, what would you want your childhood experience, or what would you want your childhood experience? How was it when you were growing up? I'm sorry, I'm all over my words.
I'm gonna be real. That was not the question.
I heard 3 questions.
Right.
It
And
was-
three
I
what?
completely messed that up.
The question is.
Yep. See.
Okay, so I mean, maybe the toker should actually say this. Look, I think what
So
he's
the
trying to
question
say-
is.
okay, you got it.
Go ahead. You got it.
Nah,
Take
nah,
it away,
you got it,
Rico.
you got it.
Suave.
Somebody-
You got it. Nah,
Would
nah,
you want your child to experience what you did growing up? Would you want them to live your life? The answer to that is hell.
There you
no.
go. Wow.
No.
Hell no. Only thing
I
I would like my child to experience is Cartoon Network, because Cartoon Network was lit coming up.
I mean,
And
It was
Nickelodeon.
I just
No,
don't want.
boring a little.
I just don't want
I
her to
feel like
go through the street part of my life. Like I really had a good life. I'm like my upbringing was fine on my parents' side. You know,
uh,
I needed for nothing. I chose the streets, which I wouldn't want for her. Like there's nothing for real on the streets for real. Like if you're not trying to like fully invest being out there. And there's no reason why she would need to since I'll make sure she'll have everything. So yeah, I just
I
wouldn't
don't
give her
know.
the streets.
My childhood was complicated. It was bittersweet. So I really can't answer that question. Because like we all grew up right before technology, became big
Yeah.
not
versus
we all, not we all, old man.
Oh, 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 oh.
The majority.
yeah, the
Oh, woman.
majority.
Get your walkers
Okay,
ready.
young Tam. I see you over there.
It's okay.
AARP call y'all
It's
yet?
okay, Mighty Mouse. I understand. You still young.
There's gonna be a brawl behind the scenes. Oh my god. We're
but
gonna be on World Star.
Nah,
but
this
we
is a
grew
good
up
show.
in a time where we still experienced, playing outside, riding bikes and whatnot.
I think
Versus
I would just want my child to experience happiness.
Pretty much, yeah.
What's your definition of that?
right, define happiness.
Whatever makes them happy, not putting my own beliefs, whether religious, things that, a lot of parents tend to put things that I didn't get to experience or things that I want you to do. I don't want my child to feel like now you're forced to play out my childhood.
I
I
get
want
what
you
you're
Okay,
to
saying.
but
just experience happiness, whatever makes you happy.
how do you strike the balance, right? Because you I understand the concept of wanting your child to experience, have happiness, right? But there is some stuff that they need to be exposed to, right? There are
Mm.
some avenues that need to be taken so they become well rounded and not just are creating their own life,
That's true.
right?
I'm not saying if I wanted to do ballet because I didn't get to do ballet, you're going to be forced to do ballet. If you want to do ballet, honey, it's cool. We'll try it out. I'm not saying not take that opportunity away. I'm saying not forcing my own insecurities, my own
I
beliefs
got you.
onto this child. I want them to experience the world as it is and come up with their own beliefs in
I
I think
want
it's
association.
a
your
little
kid to
bit more
live.
difficult though. I think it's a little bit more difficult, especially with religion. Like that other stuff is optional, right? But when you deal with religion or core values, right? Those are moral values and beliefs in a direction to
Yeah,
try
because
to
growing up, most especially black kids, we were forced our religion. Like our religion, we had to go to church on Sunday. You didn't have a choice. You had to go to Bible study. Religion was forced upon us versus how it is nowadays.
But you know
Um,
what, Verb, to rebuttal to that, I think nowadays a lot of people have a hard time following religion because of everything that's happening in the world now. Just look at us. We're all adults. And as you stated, we've probably all been in a church, right? When we were younger.
yeah,
Has your beliefs changed?
Yes,
Have they differed since you were a kid? And
yes,
then what is your reasoning why? It's probably something that's happened in your life to change your beliefs or how you see religion.
true.
So,
all right. Can I hit
and
that real
do
quick?
now
you
parents, yeah, hit it. I mean, why are
So,
you hitting it? It's not a blunt.
nah. Well,
we
well,
passing
it
it
got
though.
your
We
attention,
passing
though.
it.
You,
That
you was
is
about
true
to
though.
keep
Bus
going, but it got
pass.
your attention.
Yeah,
So look, nah. But for real, look, on some real dilly. Look on the set. Let me let you know. Right now, I don't. My beliefs have never changed. I mean, my mama literally forced me to go to church every Sunday until I think I was about 16, and I got real rebellious about it. But it wasn't because I didn't like her religion or anything like that. I already had my own beliefs since I was young. Like I've had experiences in my own right to me that I think were signs of God or something more. You get what I'm saying? And I've always been like that. Nothing's ever influenced me. Even now, knowing that there's thousands of religions or whatever, they all just pretty much do the same thing in their own right. They're all trying to follow, I guess, their moral code towards God. So I feel like that's what mine is. It's my way. It's more of a free way, you know, like well, maybe not more free, maybe more like by choice. You know, like I don't I don't really like all that stuff my mama used to do. You have to go every goddamn Sunday. She's never missed a Sunday. Not here, not back home in Haiti. When she came from, she told me this herself. When she came from Haiti, it was on a Saturday. She found the church on a Sunday. And she's gone ever since. I've never known
I
that
think
lady to
that's
miss church, bro.
I think that's very common of a lot of the generation before us. It's extremely common to be, if you're
Hmm.
in it, you are in it.
And then,
Hmm.
There
like
is
you
no
said, the
varying.
key word was choice. You have chosen this upon yourself.
Yeah.
You've
And
chosen. I don't know. I feel like the older generation didn't really give us a choice, whereas newer generations are trying to give their kids a choice and trying to see their kids' point of view. And also remember that kids need to just be kids and grow up and enjoy childhood, because once you hit adulthood, that shit is for the birds. Ain't nobody want to be here but
Nah,
millionaires. Now, if I was a millionaire, maybe.
I would definitely want to be here.
I want to be here, yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Skip's gonna
I
be a big
mean,
kid.
if I
That's
was
all
a
it's gonna turn
millionaire,
into.
I don't really think it mattered where I'd be. As long as nobody can tell me no BS. I mean, that's kind of my whole point of getting rich. I don't like to be conformed to stuff. That's what money for me brings. Right now, without
Yeah,
it,
but at the end of the
I'm
day,
stuck.
I just think happiness, right?
Yeah,
Happiness
of
is
course.
relatively what everybody wants. You want it as an adult, you want it as a child. Um, just happiness. At the end of the day, that's what would want to give my kid.
Yeah, same.
Happiness and experiences. Of course, it would be experiences like something I've never experienced, like traveling. I mean, I've experienced that a lot,
So that
but
that was actually one good thing. So I was raised really structured, very
military
sheltered.
family.
Not really, but
Hmm?
very structured. I didn't do much. I was protected, but at the end of the day, I was extremely cultured. I was very grateful to be exposed to a lot of different
Miss
places. I
Germany.
traveled. Hey, Germany. I've been to the Bahamas. I've, gone across the country, different states. Um, and not just that, even stuff here locally, right? Being exposed to different cultures, music. My collection is it. Most people know I'm extremely eclectic when it comes to stuff, but
She got
just
some weird music.
Oh, I
I'm all
gotta hear
over
your
the
playlist.
place.
I need to hear your
It is it
playlist.
is it is everything from one
It's not
extreme to
so it's not
another.
bad until
Make
we
a
get to the
Spotify
country.
playlist, bro.
But like
Hey, I
the
can't help it.
rock, the R&B, the rap, like you do your
That's the
thing.
foundational, right? But I listen to jazz too.
I
I
like jazz.
listen
I like
to I
lo-fi.
do listen to okay. Lo-fi is elevator music.
Nah, it's
Nah,
relaxing
not all
music.
the
I
time.
I
Not all the
I, I
time.
ask you
It's
guys
not. It's
to
not.
have an experienced lo-fi, which has recent exposure from this one.
I
It is
actually just got put
elevator
on to
music.
lo-fi, and I actually like
Lo-fi
it.
is chill. Yeah, it's like
I just
hella
got put
chill.
onto it. It's from my point of view, because I like to write. It's the perfect type of music to listen to when I'm working.
It gets your creative juices flowing.
Yeah,
And you know you could lo-fi anything, right? Like you can literally YouTube
Yeah.
lo-fi rap,
Yeah.
lo-fi country,
I just
Hmm.
all of
heard
them.
the
So
best.
it
I
don't
just
always
heard
got to
the
be
best
elevated shit.
lo-fi
Excuse me.
Boondocks beat. You know the outro to Boondocks with the flute.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Somebody remixed that and turned it
They
into
got this
a lo-fi beat.
overthinking lo-fi playlist on YouTube, and it's just the best because I'm an overthinker. Like I 10 steps ahead of you all the time. And it's like it's real chill. Like it's just it kind of gets you out of your head, just relax, enjoy the flow. It does what smoking does to light to me.
yeah. Who said smoking?
But
I'm with it.
one thing I was gonna say like was your rebellious side, right? I think that is one thing that it happens more frequently when you have kids who are protected, who are sheltered. Some of myself, that when
Nah,
I did
I
get
can't say
older
that.
and I left, that yeah, I wanted to
Wait,
do my own
wait.
thing. I
Can,
wanted
can,
to
can I
experience
say
life.
something? I was only
Hmm?
rebellious just for that, for real, because it wasn't her religion that bothered me. It was the fucking clothes and the weird standing for hours. That's what bothered me. That's why I didn't want to go to her church no goddamn more. Like I'm cool
No,
with the
because I feel
praying
like
and stuff, but
I didn't have a
ugh,
rebellious stage.
I hurt.
I say you're one
Which
of few, but most teenagers do have rebellious stages.
but I think
Yeah.
I didn't have a rebellious stage because because I was always looked at as the responsible one. And so it's like, I felt like if I did,
you weren't afforded that opportunity.
yeah, I wasn't afforded the opportunity. And then if I did something wrong, it was twice as worse because I did it and I'm supposed to be the responsible one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think everyone, I inherently feel that most parents want their kids to be happy, right? But
Hopefully.
I feel at some level that marker is missed. And at the same time, most of them are learning themselves. Most parents were young when they had us, they're trying to be, they were kids themselves, trying to raise kids to be adults. And, there's just a miss. And they're also trying to change, to do what their parents didn't do, or to do, not be like their parents. So I don't know. I feel that at some level, some of the kids nowadays, in the effort to just let their kids be happy, they've lost some.
They
foundation
become too
too.
best friend. Too best
because
friendly.
these kids have no boundaries. They
Because-
have no respect.
Because let me keep it 100. Being scared of your parents is not always a bad thing. Because I was scared of my mama. I'm gonna keep it real. To this day, I'm still scared of her.
It made you think about stuff, right? It made you kind of establish a moral code at some level. Like, ooh, should I do that? Let me think twice about
That's
something.
where overthinking started. That's
Same
where
here.
it started.
That's why I kept myself out of trouble. I didn't do anything. Like, I mean, most kids, they were drinking
unless
stuff,
I'm around you bring it out of me. Anywho, when you come back down here,
I'll be back. I'll be out soon. Hey, I'm your outlet, but we controlled, right? I'm not gonna ever let you, get to lose yourself out there. But we definitely have fun. That's what it's about. Finding
the
that
tattoo
balance.
needle is calling.
It is, though. I need more. But so, but what about ultimately the other part of that question is, would you want your kids to live your life?
Hell no.
To a certain no. Wait. Live your childhood or live your life?
Both. Let's say a combination of both.
Yeah, I would say both.
No.
So then what needs to be done in order to make sure they're on a better track where you maintain that balance of happiness?
Keeping it a buck. Generational wealth. I wouldn't want my kids to struggle how I'm struggling right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Facts.
Yep. That's honestly
honestly all it is.
To be really completely 100, that is the very primary reason why I have chose not to have kids yet, is because if I couldn't take care of myself, I did not, and I would not want my mother, grandmother, or my family to have to lean on them to be my caretakers.
I want to preface that by saying general wealth does not mean the kid grows up rich, spoiled, and entitled. That just means at the end of the day,
if
you won't have to feel my financial burden on you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My kids shouldn't want for anything.
Exactly.
However, you will work for what you want.
Exactly.
That's true. I didn't even know I was poor until I got older. I was raised on my grandparents. I didn't know.
Oh my God,
we went on vacation. We didn't rent. We lived life. And then there's a lot of stuff that I didn't even know.
I would like to say my mom tried to keep that, side of it away from us. But as I stated, I feel like I was really mature. I was very responsible. At the end of the day, I knew more than what I led people on to think that I knew. Exactly. So yeah, I knew about,
Mm-hmm.
I will say I was a little blessed, just a little bit, because I was a trust fund baby. I didn't know of this trust fund until I hit high school. But growing up, looking back at it, I actually got funds significantly through my trust fund, but they didn't tell me about it until I was old enough to start making decisions with that money on my own. Because I didn't.
You're fortunate you were able to even touch that. Yeah. I had a trust too, but I wasn't able to. My great grandparents left me a trust for when I turned 25.
How much was it?
Which is
what was the starting?
The starting was $205K. It was from the
God.
sale. It was from the sale of their house when they passed. But
Oh, so you
they
definitely
went
should
through.
have had some interest and
But
stuff on
the
it.
problem is that because families are horrible,
Yeah.
the other kids went through litigation and took my grandma to court over it and burnt up the money in legal fees. So by the time it was all
Wow.
done, there was only maybe a quarter, if any, left. It got completely depleted. They
Damn.
they rocked the world. But that tells you, just some families, like there was attempt made, right? If I had successfully had that money, could have gone to college without paying any student loans, and that creates a whole nother problem. My generation got screwed over so
Yeah, I
bad.
can say that I was blessed because that trust fund actually covered my entire first year of college.
You're
Wow.
very, very
Yeah.
fortunate.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy. That's
but
crazy.
doing those, making those moves, you're
They
you're
always
right,
say
generation and
blood isn't
knowledge.
always thicker, you know.
It's not.
That's
I
true.
found more in water, that's for
I
sure.
found that in you for sure.
Hmm.
Hey, good
But no, I
question.
think it's important for us to create that wealth. What's up? What's up, White?
You think for my baby's first birthday, I should do a trust fund for her?
Yeah.
If you're able to,
You
Yeah.
know what I
you
say?
should
Here's
definitely
what I
look
say.
into it.
Like she said, if you're able to, yes. But if you're not, I think you should put, if you have credit cards, put her on your credit card and make sure that you make the payments.
Yeah.
Because when
Build
she
her
hits
credit at
18,
least.
she will
She'll have
have
established credit.
credit. She will have, if you can keep up,
Do
she'll have 800 credit score. And she won't
and
have to
don't.
need for anything because she can be
Here's the
Pretty
biggest
responsible
much
enough to
just
thing.
keep
as
it
good
up.
as a trust fund. Honestly, that's just as good as a trust,
All
if
right,
not
say
better.
less.
Even it's
I'll do
even
that.
more important, right? As they go through, is that we learn about these credit things. School does not teach us enough about that. This is information you're gonna have to really teach her. And I know this is something I would pass on is understanding these choices, understanding what can happen, understanding debt, understanding, credit, and knowing how to make it work for us.
I mean, it's definitely something I've been trying to teach Mariah. My sister, she has for those of you who don't know, I have a sister. She's in the military. She has a 2-year old.
Mm.
And when he was born, that's exactly what I told her. I was like, don't do the money route right now because you're still living. You will still need it. The easiest way for you to make sure he, quote unquote, can have some kind of generational wealth right now is for you to put him on your credit card and build his credit score up. Because when he gets old enough, he can go do things on his own. Not to mention, they say you should do like an LLC and stuff like that, but I haven't.
So I don't know if I fully agree. I think that there should be a split. I think it should be a duality. There are
But
still a lot
no,
of
I'm
there are
saying if you
still a
can do
lot
it,
of
do it.
financial ways which we not talk you don't people forget about bonds, investments, certain stuff that will
Yeah, but if you're
last and
not
gain.
investment savvy, I wouldn't suggest
But
doing
bonds
it.
are not something that requires much investment or time. Bonds are basically you are putting that money into the government, which unfortunately we go through these highs and lows. I know it's a risk, but so is credit. So is driving down the street. But bonds, you put that initial low money up front, and over the life of that bond, you regain. It could be $100. It can be however much more, but there should be some finances that are saved and put aside too.
Yeah,
And,
she does it. She does it via cash, which is smart. But I preface this by saying like, don't go drop $1,000 or whatever. I think if you can do it, do it. But because you're so young, you're still living, you're still trying to do things yourself, you're still trying to get established. Getting him on your credit card is the easiest way that does not involve you actually spending money. Now, if you're old and established and you got all that going, then yeah, trust fund, go for it. But if you're still trying to get established yourself, that is the easiest way for you not to actually spend any money and do it.
but if you do it, there has to
Yeah, if you
be
do
a
it, you need to keep up with
commitment.
it. Yeah.
Mhm.
But you can always just spend $25 getting gas or something once a month, pay back. So it's not like you got to go crazy with your credit card.
True. And they're gonna take time to grow anyway. You got
There's a
18
lot of
years,
stuff to look
basically.
into. Explore your options.
And you
Yeah,
got
but
foreign options as well.
because like you're still getting established, I would not recommend right away going for a trust.
I I listen to your advices. She gives good advice. They both do. All three of them. Anyways, what's the next topic though?
What
Uh,
when it comes to life, what is your best experience slash advice? I feel like I just gave my advice, so
All right, I'm gonna give my advice, but I'm probably gonna be a little simple about it because honestly, just live it as best you can. You got one
That was so
life,
cliche.
bro. Nah, I'm serious. You got one life. You screw Drake with this YOLO BS. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you got one life, live it out, whatever. But take care of yourself. Like you can enjoy life. As long as you put your heart and your mind to it, there's nothing you really can't do. Like I understand people in the past have had this issue, but I feel like us and the generations after, as long as they learn to believe in themselves, they'll be able to do and accomplish a lot more than than what our ancestors have been able to do because they didn't have as many options. Now we got options. Now we got foreign options. Now we can do a lot of different things with our lives. Like, and a lot of people like to just watch people do dumb shit on the internet and be happy. Just live it great, live it good. Just do you. I think life will be great for you as long as you love it.
you know what I'm currently experiencing though? As we're as you were talking on just do you.
Yeah.
I think people shouldn't make themselves small to make others feel better about themselves. That's something that I'm also experiencing.
Yeah, me
I
too.
wouldn't say that I'm timid, but I don't like to be seen. And I guess that's not always a great thing, you know?
Hmm.
Be seen, be heard, be proud of whatever it is you put your all into because at the end of the day, just as you stated, this is your only life. You don't get a revive. You don't come back.
Yeah,
I'm
I
So
definitely learning
definitely
that
agree with
too.
that.
I feel
Sometimes you
that.
got to prioritize yourself. Take
Mm-hmm.
your off days from work because you're replaceable at
Yeah.
work, amongst your
With your
friends, your
you're
family.
replaceable.
family.
You're replaceable everywhere but with yourself.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
prioritize yourself.
And the people who love
Yep.
you,
Sometimes,
I love
yeah,
y'all.
sometimes we got to put you first,
Yeah.
and don't give a fuck about how who else feel about it.
Facts, words, right there. That's the thing. Don't give a fuck because most of the time they won't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, but that's easier said than done.
It really
Playing devil's
is,
advocate,
I
it's
I
especially
easier
think
if you're
said than
somebody
done.
like me.
I
Like
mean,
I'm somewhat of an empath, so I'm always the caring person. I always want to make sure that you cool before I am.
I am an empath.
But
mm-hmm.
come hang out with me
So
for a
yeah, I
little
get
while.
it.
I'll show you not to care about a lot of shit.
I used to be on the heavy, but like I said, I'm learning to prioritize myself. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
not as big on it as I used to be. I'm
I
more
think you
like,
have to do it at a distance.
yeah, I'm more like match my energy type shit. Yeah, like if you reach out to me, I reach out to you type shit. Like
I'm with
I'm
that.
not
I
finna
respect that.
constantly,
Yeah.
But you know what, Verb, that's how I feel about family.
yeah,
Um
family
Mm-hmm.
too.
it's weird because that's the only place I feel like match my energy. Not the only place, but primarily the place that I'm like match my energy. Because now that I'm an adult, right? My family rarely I have my sister who reaches out to me all the time. My mom will reach out to me every blue moon. So, but then it's like, you want me to do something for you. Well, match my energy. When I want you to do something for me, where I
Hmm.
don't mean to play tit for tat, but at the end of the day, we're all
There has to be a
adults
When's
here.
the last
balance.
time
We're
you did something
struggling.
for me? Right. I
Yeah.
need help, but I can't reach
It's
out to
give.
you
It's take,
because,
take, take.
right.
And a relationship can't be all about take. It has to be taking, give and take, give and take. And my sister she does a really good job of like, well, I'm just here, I'm listening. I'm not, she does a good job of like not asking me for anything because sometimes when I get into those modes where it's like, when's the last time you did something for me? Nobody's checking on me, but you constantly want something from me. I tend
Hmm.
to just pull away, back
Most of
away,
the time,
pull off.
I get phone calls from my family when they want money. That's it.
Mm.
It ain't no, hey, how you doing? I'm just checking on you. It's, hey, let me borrow this. Hey, let me borrow that.
We need to normalize just checking in on people, you know?
Yeah. My brother's like that. My brother
I
is like
want,
that.
yeah.
But he don't ask me for money. He don't ask me for money no more. I made it evidently clear. I will not be giving you any money. No. And now he does not call me, and he doesn't call me for shit. He don't call me at all.
Mm-hmm.
He'll call my sister. I'm like, you better tell him what I told him.
I wonder if there's a correlation between the being an empath and also being, you know, kind of, well, for me, it's the
People
line
like
between being boastful and being humble, right?
People like to take that kindness
for
and
weakness.
just take advantage of it. And use it as a weakness.
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily the route I'm going. Where I'm going is what Tacos was saying about how she doesn't, you know, really, she's timid, right? She's kind of like reserved, don't really speak up for
Unless
yourself,
I know you.
or you don't
if
really.
I know you,
right.
we cool. Oh, weird. Yeah, I'm fucking
Well,
y'all.
that
y'all
normally,
telling me to go
you know,
sleep.
those are normally the things. But
when I first meet you, yeah, I'm definitely more reserved. I gotta be like, you cool,
because
but
we're observant.
That goes in
we're
a pro.
very observant.
That goes
we
in
pick
a
up on
pro and
your
con,
vibe.
though.
Yeah.
I think that actually, in some way, it can negatively or have adverse effects on us. Because like one thing I'm working on right now for classes, just at my interviews, right? My interviews, hypothetical. I've graduated. I've done my stuff, and I'm working on these questions, and I have to sell myself. And I know I have accomplishments. I know that I've done stuff, but because I am like your guys' selves,
it's very hard to boast about yourself.
Yeah,
it feels almost wrong.
That,
and I feel like part
counter.
of that. I feel like part of that is how we grew up.
Yep.
Right? Because me and you, even though we have an age gap, we kind of have the same mindset of being like, oh, you have to be the responsible one. You have to be, and I feel like that plays a really big role in. And like I said, like how I don't like taking compliments. Like that plays a role because at the end of the day, it's just me. Like that's just what I have to do. That's
Why you compliment me on something that because this is what this is. It is not something that I went above and beyond. This is what I do. This is
what I do to survive and to make sure everybody around me is okay and surviving.
I think our problem is that a lot of people don't do it. They don't even do the bare minimum. They don't do the stuff. So when we just are ourselves doing the minimum, you know, being human, being supportive, being thoughtful, whatever it may be, and people are just blown away by the fact that I'm like, oh wow, thank you.
And that's why it's very hard for us to accept help.
You know, that also it doesn't bring up anything related to that really. It actually makes me think about something a little strange. Like now that I think about it, for me it's weird. Like people act so weird with each other when we all can really just act decently. It's really a choice because like I don't care if you I mean I've met many of these types. Like you could be super racist towards one kind and I so happen to be that kind, but we're cool. Like you chose to throw all those negativities you felt about me or about my kind away to be cool with me. You chose that, you know?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, everything is a choice.
I think that's what Verb said, though. You is a choice. However, people inherently, because it's like Darwin's theory of evolution, right? Is that there's a hierarchy. When we are portrayed, or we being humble, we're being what they feel to be submissive, right? What Verb said, it's like we get taken advantage of. It's because we're just being we're not very loud. We're not whatever.
And then because we have those I care for you type feelings, I don't want to hurt you. I want to make sure we're all good. It's very hard for us to go, well, fuck you then. Bye. We're still trying to shelter and make sure that you're good.
No, I'm gonna tell you.
Finally do get that fuck you attitude. Once you finally do get that fuck you attitude, then you're looked at that as like the bad guy. When you're finally fed up, then you're looked at as the bad guy.
I mean, not all the time.
So where's the balance? But
no,
I would say the majority.
Some people could have arguments and say "fuck you" and then they just talk a week later.
No. Let me tell you a story.
Let me tell you a story.
Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story.
Like when you decide to cut people off from being so nice. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you. Hold on.
Go ahead.
So a year ago, maybe two. My brother, my sister, she said something she didn't mean to say. She didn't mean it to come off like that. My brother couldn't afford to go on a family trip. She was like, "Oh, we know you don't have the money. I'll just pay for you." That's kind of how she said it. He got uppity, went complete left with it. And at the end of the conversation, I kind of stepped in because, I'm the older sister. Stepped in, like, calm down. She didn't mean it like that. Like, just accept help. Like, it's not a big deal. It's a family trip. You could pay her back. Woo, woo, woo. He went completely left with it and kind of came off and, like, threatened my life. Everybody told me I was in the wrong for cutting him off. Not Tova. She said
Not
that.
I. Not
But
I.
everybody else came off and told me I was wrong for cutting him off because he's my brother. He's blood. Y'all need to figure it out. But my feelings in the matter did not matter. My feelings was, you want to do that? Fuck it. Don't call me. Don't text my phone. Lose my number. Like, fuck it. You want to threaten me? Cool. I held you down your entire adult life. Now you're going to see how that feels without me. But I was in the wrong.
Hold up.
But I was
I'm
in the
sorry.
wrong.
Let me interject. He threatened you?
Yeah.
And you were still in the wrong? So
Yeah.
not only was he in the wrong, but everyone who thought you was in the wrong or thinks you
Was
in
in
the
the
wrong.
Everybody
wrong.
who
wrong.
knew he was in the wrong
Turned
said
it
I should
around.
forgive him. Yeah.
Basically, they victim blamed, right? That's exactly what was done. But I was, nope.
Wait, you the eldest, right?
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
So they just hating on you because you the, well, I mean, that's part of it. But because, like, a lot of people see the eldest as, especially if you're like not living with any of the siblings or the family, they see you as well off or secretive about your funds and blah, blah, blah. And they start to develop all these petty little feelings inside themselves. So when a situation does come up, those real feelings pop out. That's what I believe. Because I feel like that's some BS. Like
That's the
someone
old
who
saying,
held
what's
you
in the dark
down
will come to the
and you're
light.
gonna get mad that the truth was told and then you got cut. I'm sorry, you a part of my French she dog. There we go. In the,
But
dic- in the
that's
dictionary
what
of
but
the
that's
control.
word.
Hold on. Can we give him some control for that?
yes,
Hey,
good control.
congrats.
That's what Verb is saying. Like, then you're the bad guy. So now I'm the bad guy because to this day,
You
like
the good guy.
I
You
texted him
Batman.
one more time after that. After he asked me for money when he called me when he was in jail. Called me one night. No, don't call my phone. No.
Wait,
He
after
thought
everything you
he
went to
was
jail
BSing.
and he called you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I would have took all his minutes
He
and been like,
called
look,
me.
you're gonna
He
listen to all
called
this.
me and had no. He called me and had the nerve to be like, I was just fucked up. I was going through something. No, I don't care. I don't care. I was going through things, but I'm still an adult and can control myself.
So the whole family was fucked up too, because your excuse doesn't change everyone else's. So you're BS.
Exactly.
That's crap to me. That's so much
Blood
crap to
is
me.
not thicker than water, and it's bullshit. It's a
never
bullshit
been.
theory.
It's never been. I thought blood was 90% water. Shit.
It is, but it's also has more viscosity. I think that's the word.
Can you eat the skin
Grammarly, here
on
we go
plums?
again. Can you what?
Can you eat the skin on plums?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because I've been spitting all the skin out, but I ate one by
It's
accident.
bitter. You can eat it.
Tart, but it was good.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, but at the end of the day, no, I think it's completely wrong, and a lot of people are wrong, and that's still something that, to me personally, I haven't let go. That's something that'll be forgotten. And those goes back to boundaries and what Verb said. It's extremely, extremely important that we learn to stand up for ourselves, and we learn to prioritize ourselves. Even with family, we cannot just sit back idly anymore and let family walk over us because they are family. Family will be the death of us because they're family. The fuck? Ain't no way. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna allow my family pull me down while I'm trying so hard to stay afloat.
But that's what they say. That's what they say about generational wealth. That's why it's so hard for Black people to create generational wealth.
I agree with
because
that 100%.
a lot of times we're always jealous or we always want what somebody else has instead of being happy and content with what we have. But you know what? That's humans general.
That goes into the next topic, right? About being too prideful and stuff.
What?
Well, in a sense, right?
Yep.
Because we have these hangups. We have these. How can we not support each other? How can we, be so detrimental to our own people, our own families and stuff over what? Our
A
pride?
job, a car,
What
a
is it?
house,
It's material shit.
stuff that could be replaced.
But you can replace the people in your life. Well, I mean, yeah, you can
kinda
actually.
Nowadays,
Yeah, you can. I take that back. I take that straight back. My bad. But I think there
mean,
has to be better.
You can replace them, but they'll never
You
be the
can
same.
you can replace certain people.
And,
Some people that really can't be replaced, like a parent.
I mean,
Especially
I
a
feel like
supportive parent.
well, yeah. Well, no, actually,
There's
I don't
exceptions
think
to the
you.
rule. There
Yeah,
definitely is.
you ain't watching enough like Judge Judy and what is it, Mathis and all them. They definitely been replaceable on the show. Like that ain't my daddy. That's my daddy.
I like how people say every kid deserves a parent, but not every parent deserves a kid.
That's
Leave it at that.
true.
Preach.
That's true.
Preach. There are so many people that should not be parents. Oh my goodness. There are a lot of bad parents out there.
Are we too prideful? I think we have big
a little bit.
egos.
I agree with you. I go with that.
Yeah, I think we have big egos, and I think we're not very good at humbling ourselves. To a degree, we're not very good at humbling ourselves. And understanding that if we want to survive and just continue going, sometimes we need to just bite the bullet. As fucked up as it is, and as much as we shouldn't have to, if you want to survive at the end of the day, you just got to bite the bullet. And
I think it comes back. I think people pull on the pride. Well, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I'm gonna be who I want to be. I'm gonna be loud and proud and stuff, and I'm not gonna be silenced by the man. And I'm just like, there's a time and place for everything.
That's code switching. That is something that I feel like the newer generation does not have.
They don't. They do not. They are just one and all, and they're either decent, and the little buttholes are just on high all the time, and they do not know how to shut that shit down.
Not necessarily a filter, but there should be. You just should know how to say what you want to say, but know how to say it.
We don't have to talk to each other,
right?
Let alone literally, or you just communicate in general.
That's in general. Communication is in general. Nobody knows how to.
It's getting worse.
Nobody
knows. I have a question. This is something I'm noticing right now. When you're referring to the generation, what age group do you speak of?
I feel like
in their 20s and younger,
20,
minus
like
tacos.
20.
One thing I've just
we're not talking about
you too, like,
born late. We talking about them. But are they?
I'm really talking like 20, like
25 and below.
10 to 25. Even though 10-year-olds don't really, but that they're more mature now. They're more mature now, so yeah, they should have that.
With us growing up, you couldn't get into clubs and lounges and shit until you was 21. But I just recently learned that they changed that because of the way 21-year-olds and younger act. Now you can't get into a club unless you're 25 or up. They've changed it.
I mean, that, and I would like to say, y'all remember, stay out of this grown folks business. Nobody say that no more.
They really don't.
Nobody say that no more.
I'm grown. You paying light bills? You paying something? You putting food on the table? Sit your little self down.
I think we just got a new way to say it. We just don't know how to say it right now. But I say it in a different way with my nieces and nephews. Nah, I do it. They know for a fact. They come to Uncle about nope. What you about to do? What chore you about to do? Because I know you've been sitting on your ass all day. You stay out here. You ain't part of this. You talk about all this.
You either in or you out. You're not about to be coming in and out. And when you get in this stove, don't look at nothing. Don't touch nothing. Don't even think of nothing.
That's what I tell them. Like, you better keep your hands on this
we were bad. I'm starting to think we were just bad.
Wait, why were we bad?
I mean, to be told all of that stuff, Like, goodness.
But
Nah,
you
they
gotta
was just
think about it
efficient.
though.
No, Toba, they was efficient, okay? They said don't think, don't look, don't touch. Matter of fact, go in there with your eyes closed.
Like, can I breathe? No.
Damn.
Well, maybe. Let me think about it.
Just efficient. You knew. Nowadays, it's like kids be in the store, they be whining, they be crying. I just be like, man, couldn't be me. I wouldn't survive childhood.
We would have been. Let me take you out. But that's another situation, right?
We would have been.
When
Let's
we
go to the car and talk.
Yeah,
What?
come on, we don't. No,
With the
no.
look, all it took was one look.
So I have a question. Since we talking about that, let's bring it up. Gentle parenting.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I fucks with it. I actually, to a degree, because gentle parenting does not mean be a pushover.
I agree.
It does not mean be your kid's best friend. It means being emotionally involved in your child's emotional well-being. I mess with it.
Am I wrong
I'd
for
like
saying that a kid deserves a whooping every once in a while? Am I wrong for
No.
saying that?
No.
Nope.
I'd like to shout out my sister. She does gentle parenting really well. Like I said, she has a 2-year-old. He's really well behaved, and she's not spanking him. She's not whooping him. Every once in a while, he may get a little flick or a little pop here, but it's not. I'm gonna beat your ass.
It could be an attention redirect, right?
Yeah,
Or
and
like
she doesn't raise like her voice at him like that. She speaks to him like she would kind of speak to an adult, just kid it down a little bit. But she says like, I'm not about to be like, did somebody touch you in your privacy? Like, I'm telling them straight. Did somebody touch your penis? No? Okay, we good. Like, she's like, when you think of it, when you have a kid, you need to use that kind of language because
I bet you he's gonna be more comfortable when he gets older and be okay having those conversations and also speaking up for himself.
Yeah. I'm like, she does a really good job of what gentle parenting should look like. It's not necessarily mommy's the best friend. It's not I'm a pushover. I'm gonna get you whatever you want. It's you can come in here and talk to me about whatever and feel comfortable enough to tell me whatever. Because our strict parents create sneaky kids.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yep. Dang.
But I
feel like that struck a chord with everyone.
I asked that because I know I have friends that I feel like are too gentle. Like their kids are constantly being told over and over. I'm like, just make an example out of one person. You ain't got to beat their ass, but go across their butt with a belt.
Flick,
Yeah, go across their butt with a belt. Make an example. I bet they won't do it again.
No.
Okay, but just make sure you
you know what? You know what? Like, you know what? Like,
even need a belt.
No.
I'm
For real.
too.
You got to remember this because it got to a point where they had to stop because I wasn't feeling it anymore. So you got to learn the do's and don'ts. So like,
no, but you also need to learn your kid. You sound like you was a troublemaker. You just said you was a troublemaker.
Nah.
Right.
But then you have those
I was
kids.
a troublemaker, but I'm trying to say like, okay, so when beating me ain't work, turning off the electricity did, taking my shit away. I'm saying you don't, because some parents they get stuck.
But that's what I said.
You need
to learn your kid. Not
Verb is right.
Everything that worked for me is not going to work for you. And because
Verb got a good point though.
Okay, yeah,
he do.
That a lot of parents are being
too
regardless
They're trying
of
to be
whatever
friends.
the repercussions are. Right? If it's spanking, if it's withholding of certain stuff, if it's, there's some that don't have that escalation at all.
They're trying to be friends. And like your
that's
mama
where I think
used
we're
to
getting-
say,
I ain't,
I ain't one of your little friends.
Ooh,
Right.
ooh.
And I'm not saying
Getting
beat your
PTSD.
kids' ass for everything that they do wrong. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying when you get tired of repeating yourself, then sometimes you got to go to get a little physical with them.
There should
But
be
you know what?
You don't
Verb?
have to be physical.
I
It could be
agree,
just an
but don't
escalation.
agree to some point because some people don't have that control.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Some
it don't
people
always gotta
do not
be
have the
beating
control to stop or have enough control to not use full force. Some people just don't have that control. I've seen too many kids through the system where parents just don't have that control.
That's why you take
There
away
has
their
to be a
video games,
balance.
their internet, blah
There
blah blah,
has to
whatever
be.
they like, access to things that they like. They
I
will
don't know
learn
though,
through
because these kids nowadays is different. I was just reading a story
that. Well,
about a mom who took away her. I think he might have been like 10.
oh,
She took
the
away
kid
his
that shot her.
Mm.
iPad, and
Yes.
Oh
he came back and killed
yeah,
her.
Yeah.
okay, so
yeah.
So
that has for me, I don't think that's real relevant because due to
I think
their
it
lack of
is.
due to their lack of responsibility, how the fuck you let that little kid get a gun? I don't give a what you do, whatever. If you know
So
you got a gun in that house and you got
like
a
that's not the
kid,
point.
no,
That's
no,
not the
bro.
no.
point because it
We're
could have been a
not.
kitchen knife.
Yeah.
But
The
here's the
point
thing,
is
right? There was
he
a
didn't get his way,
misescalation,
and he
I think
said, "You gonna go see Jesus."
or
And
it
that's
just could be the fact that it got
wait,
was too long, right? Like
so
maybe they
hold
never
on.
had any type of escalation, and all of a sudden they finally, like Verb said, they had enough. We're taking your iPad away, right? Not knowing that the kid's a borderline psychopath.
So you had
because
access
he's
to a
used
knife
to
at 10 years old that was sharp?
because he's used
Yes,
to his
I was in
folks
the
Oh,
always
kitchen
saying
cooking.
yes.
Like,
okay. I
Say it
think I
again,
already
Verb.
got a butter knife.
He finally lost it because he's used to his parents always saying yes. There's no discipline. There's no foundation. They never knew how to say no to him. So then once they finally got fed up, took his iPad,
no,
he
that
lost the shit.
Verb, that was not it. They said he was premeditated. He was a psychopath.
This
Was he
particular, but
palm?
it's happened
Was he?
This
before though.
particular case was
There
premeditated. They
has
said
been
he
one,
already
like
had the
Verb said
gun.
though.
Oh well.
Wow.
I did
But
see
here's the
one
thing though.
where this parent, I think she was actually black too, did not let her kid want. He wanted to go outside. She wouldn't let him, so he tore the house up. Like absolutely destroyed the house because she wouldn't let him go outside.
See, these kids, right? These kids have
So,
underlying issues, anger issues that don't just come about once. I don't think they're being addressed, period.
well, actually, I think it's because since no, don't lick it, don't lick it.
That's what he
I'm
said.
thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up. The dog is trying to lick the damn cut on my
Oh,
knee. Anyways, no.
blame it
Look,
on the
look,
dog.
look. One thing that I got to experience as a kid that I don't think many kids get to experience because a lot of parents don't really like to get them pets at a young age is loss. Now, loss
Mm,
teaches you a lot, and I mean a lot. Think about it. If a kid is
I mean, we
losing,
had the Lion King. Let's be honest. We felt lost.
I
it was
mean, yeah,
horrible.
for kids who were able to see the Lion King, but I'm talking about these kids that have these situations because for me, I think that what you said it was a black kid that killed the
I
black mom
think
over the
I
iPad.
can't say that they don't feel lost. Like, I feel like they are
Spoiled.
no, not
Yeah.
spoiled. What is the word? Desensitized.
Emotionally detached.
But
That's
wouldn't
Emotionally
true.
that still
detached
go
and
with not feeling
desensitized.
lost? Because if you don't feel lost, aren't you desensitized to losing the things you love? Wouldn't
I
that
think if
go?
you don't know how to cope, you don't know how to cope and process those
But
things
I'm
and you
saying
lash out.
but that's what I'm saying. They all go hand in hand. They're not being addressed, just like you said. These kids, they get what? They get what can I use as a good example? They get TV, they get games, they get whatever. They get to go out with the friends. Parents don't want to be so whatever that whatever they used to be back in the day. That got our asses in check because of the new laws, or oh, it's bad for their mental PTSD, blah blah blah. And now you
I can
got
agree
kids who
with
just
that.
pull up to schools and start busing.
I
And
can agree with that.
that's what I'm trying to say. Like I feel like
No,
School
but
sh-
if but based on your argument, you want to say they don't feel lost. School shootings, you feel
school
the loss of
shootings
your
are a lot
friends.
more
You
common
feel the
now than it
what
loss
did
loss to
when
of
your
when us
your
friends? He
growing up.
went there to
teachers.
shoot them niggas.
But here's the
What
thing,
loss?
not every first of all, school shooters who killing, they don't normally have friends. They're normally loners, right?
No, I'm talking about
And
the opposite end, not the shooter, the kids who are involved
yeah,
in
but
that.
okay, but let's also, the reality is yes, there is a high statistic of a frequency of school
High
shootings, but not
statistic,
every yes.
the high
High,
statistic,
yeah, that one.
the statistic.
Dick. But not every student or child is being exposed to a friend of theirs dying. Most deaths are coming in video
Grandparents,
games.
yeah.
No, but that's what
No,
I'm
But
saying. But they can
video
learn it through
games.
different means. I've learned it through my dogs, my first dogs that I've ever had. I learned it through
Fish.
anime. I swear to God, fish. Did you say fish?
Heck yeah.
Oh,
Fish. Hamster.
I relate to
Any
that.
type of
But look, but
yeah.
I've learned it also from anime. Like even now, yo, bro, I'm 30, and I swear, just put on. I was watching the new freaking Black Clover movie on Netflix, right? And there's a scene where the dude's giving a pep talk, and I started bawling. I have emotions, and they don't come around for any other reason. Like I mean, I've seen a lady that I'm actually pretty cool with OD the other day, and I didn't really feel much of a thing because you
You're
literally chose.
desensitized.
No, it's not that I'm desensitized. It's just not. I have the sense that you literally chose to do what you did to OD. Like you kept going. You knew what was up. I can't feel for that because I feel like that's stupid to me. Like you chose to waste
That's how
your
I
life
feel.
that
That's
way.
how I feel about
Like
drug use as well.
yeah, when
In a
it's
way,
your
I can't
choice,
feel
I'm not
super
giving
sad
a
about it because yeah,
no.
you chose.
And
You
I'm
knew
gonna let
what the
my
drug
daughter.
was.
Yeah, I'm gonna let my daughter know that shit. Like when people choose to do dumbass shit, they get dumbass consequences. It's that is a fact of life. I don't care what generation you're in. Go do some dumb shit and see what happened to you. I swear. It don't matter. All these people with the, pranking on YouTube, TikTok and all that, eventually they ended up with the law. They spend a few days in jail. It doesn't matter if it's not a lot or if it's not it's not a smudge on their record, but the experience is enough to make them feel tough, this, that, third, and then it rumbles on like a snowball off the mountaintop. It just gets bigger and turns into some other shit because nobody wants to really
But
address that
see,
shit from the
like
source.
now I would like to go back to the question, are we too prideful, right? You say it's a snowball effect.
Yeah,
I think that includes there too, where it's where we're I don't want to say like overzealous, but um loud or don't want to listen or feel like because we are here, we don't need to just humble ourselves. Like it shouldn't be that way. Granted, it shouldn't be that way, but at the end of the day, if you're in a situation where you know odds are you're not going to survive, why make it worse?
you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised the stupid reasonings people have to make things worse than it already
That
is.
part.
Like it's like, oh my god, life is so bad. Like no, it's really not. Because you can consciously get yourself out of a lot. I mean, I put it like this: if you are not an amputee, mentally disabled, shoot, I mean, the only thing I can really give you is that people are really trying to fuck you up through your credit or some ish, like on God, like somebody got your info and they're living in a mansion somewhere and you ain't got nothing. But other than that, I feel like everybody's bottom can be dug up from and they can get out. Like at least if you have the capacity.
Well, with that being said, Verb, why don't you take us out?
Uh, shit, y'all just caught me off guard. I forgot about that
How we
part.
catch you off guard?
I forgot
Bruh.
about that part.
Oh, well, while he's getting himself together, one thing I did want to touch on before is what tomorrow is.
What's
Tomorrow
tomorrow?
is Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Yes.
Baby
You know what just
So,
Dutch.
irritated me? Not to cut anybody off, but I just asked my job if we getting holiday pay for that, and she's like, "For what?" Like,
I
like,
mean, it's
like, you
national now
forget?
because Biden made it a
Right,
thing, so you got to get
right,
paid for
like,
that.
no,
It's
you
still,
don't have to get paid
it's
for it.
what do you
No.
mean you don't have to get paid for
Not
so
that?
it's the
not
feeling of
every job pays for federal holidays.
His job should. He works at the airport.
I feel like
He
it
talk
should.
about
Airport
I'm
don't
gonna go
close.
in tomorrow. No, you better accept your Juneteenth.
He
We
needs to
Your
need you to
look
put
at his
gas
ancestors
in
was
the
whipped
status.
for
jet.
this.
Nobody else
He
is coming.
needs
You better pay
he
me or
needs
your
to
planes ain't getting off
look
the
at
ground.
his employment stuff and show what holidays are paid because most only choose there's like 10 holidays, 9 or 10 holidays throughout the year.
Your
Most
ancestors
places
said,
only are paying for six or
"Wade in
seven
the
of them.
water."
Some don't even pay for them. Period. So it's all
All right.
on terms of employment. But anyways, tomorrow is actually not only is it being observed, is it Juneteenth, which is June 19th, but it is Juneteenth. So, a lot of people don't realize what it is. But I just wanted to take an opportunity to just give a little, you know, Juneteenth was something that was created back when. It's very common back on the East, at least how when I went back. That's how I found out about it. Lots of family reunions and stuff, but ultimately it was when the final slaves were notified in Galveston almost 2.5 years after the emancipation came through. Not until all slaves were free were none of us free. So that is what
And see,
Juneteenth is about.
It sucks that we don't have that mentality.
We don't. We've came a long way from it, and
we've come a long
get
way
back
and
to our
just became
roots.
stagnant.
Mhm.
We've
Wasn't it
accepted
Texas that
things
was like
the way
the
they
last
are.
state to do that? It was Texas, right?
Say that again.
It was Texas.
Galveston,
the last
Texas.
state.
That's where the
Texas.
last slaves were notified.
That's fucked up.
Almost 2.5 years after the emancipation came through, because it was came into effect January 1st, 1863, and then June 19th, 1865. That's when the last slaves were notified. They try so hard to keep everybody in, but
they're still trying to this day.
trying to take it back. That's for sure.
You think so?
So
Florida's on the ball.
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
Yeah, we going backwards in a sense.
Yeah.
But it's just a reminder, we came a long way at the end of the day.
We came a long
regardless
way,
of
but
where
still
we
got
are.
ways to go.
We do.
Yeah.
And
our
until
people need to be mindful of that.
Until we can unite and accept all of us, black, dark skin, light skin, all of us, until we can accept all of us as a whole, we will never be able to make a difference, because we will constantly be at each other's throats. The same way, people want to throw, well, you guys always have black on black crime. Yeah, that's true. And it's something that needs to be changed. And
you got white on white crime too.
Yeah, you got white on white crime, but white people aren't being stigmatized or targeted or knees on our throats. They're not being killed in broad daylight like we are. And we need to really unite.
Maybe the saying should be, until all Americans are free and are free of stereotypes and injustices, no one is free.
Yeah.
Maybe that should be it. We truly want to be American, be
Isn't
united.
that Incredibles quote? Like the first movie, Syndrome. He said that. Syndrome said that. Until everyone,
you getting your stuff from Incredible, then?
I do not even remember the Incredibles.
No, Syndrome said something about, because he wanted to be Mr. Incredible's sidekick, but he had no special power. So he made these gadgets to give everybody power. He said, until everyone is special, no one is.
But you know what? Now that I'm older, I can see why villains are the way that they are.
I agree.
Oh my God. So are they really the villains? But I think
that's a good question.
That's a good question. You know what?
Now,
that's debatable. That is debatable. So to wrap this up, Verb, it is your section, your time, right here for a little bit.
Killmonger wasn't a villain. I'll just say that. Killmonger wasn't a villain. He's just a little lost.
We will get back to that. This is your time to tell us a little bit about you. You got a couple minutes, and then we're going to wrap this up.
All right.
All yours.
As y'all know, I go by Verbal. That's it. That's all. We're not going to talk about anything else that y'all discovered about my past names.
You mean like seductive verbal?
You still say it wrong, but yeah.
He got a picture of him in all leather with the name seductive across it.
Damn.
He saw his OnlyFans.
No.
He got feet pics.
Anyway, I am a Chicago resident, born and raised. I am also a true 90s baby and proud of it.
What the fuck that's supposed to mean?
Gang, gang.
Why are you getting offense to it?
What's the true 90s
why are you catching offense to it? I was born in 90s.
Because you said, I was born in the 90s too, but you said true 90s baby.
Okay, I was born in 90s.
The eldest of the 90s babies.
On the older side of the spectrum. Relax.
Oh, okay. So he was closer to the emancipation. I got you.
Yeah.
Mighty Mouse got issues tonight. You cool?
I'm
was
just
not trying to
man.
come at your head. It's okay. I understand. Anyway, See, that made me
You
lose
didn't
my
gotta
train
throw
of
true
thought.
in there though. I'm just saying.
I,
You
I
said
mean,
90s.
if the shoe
You said
fits, if
true.
the shoe fits. I am a true now. I grew up in the 90s.
Okay,
You
then why
grew
you
up
can just say 90s?
technically in the 2000s, but it's
I
okay.
knew it was
I
some shots
understand.
being thrown.
I
Y'all hear
understand.
I
this?
knew
The
it.
shots was thrown.
Anyway, I don't throw shots. I'm from Chicago.
Oh yeah, y'all just shoot them. I got you.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Shoot
I
'em
said, I
everywhere but
am
the
a true
target.
Chicago resident. Some people want to know why I go by Verbal. That is actually, for starters, my gamer tag, and it's also my stage name because I am a poet, a spoken word artist, if you will. So yeah, I have been writing since, like, I want to say like sixth grade, give or take.
1864.
I actually started on accident with a class assignment. We was doing our poetry section. I wrote something. The teacher thought it was so good. I actually she thought I plagiarized it until I had to show her that I didn't. But it got so much attention, I actually kept it going. So I end up developing the name Verbal over time. Don't know where it came from. It just came to me. So yeah, that's pretty much it about me. But with that being said, thank you for listening to this night's episode of Debatable, and we will get back to you as soon as possible.
Quick question. Before we
What?
go.
What?
Where'd the name verbal seductive come from?
We
Oh
not
my
going to talk
God.
about
Oh,
that. I just
Bro.
clearly said that.
well, all right,
We're
guys.
not.
Well,
We're
thank
not.
you for tuning in for tonight's
Maybe in our
segment.
After Dark special, I might talk about it. Maybe.
Oh no, we will because everything
No.
is game.
Maybe.
Hey, don't
Everything is
forget,
game.
Happy Father's Day, all right?
All that
Hey,
jazz.
happy Juneteenth, y'all.
Bye.
Peace.
Night.